pocket. Gotta stay locked in Goggins. Gotta ball out like Robin. Straight to the top, I'm all in. Ordinary's like a toxin. I don't wanna be like Robin. I just wanna leave no option. Fuck caution, I ain't gonna be common. I got the confidence, like I'm on this shit, like I'm the baddest bitch in the club. I'm here for dominance, I'm being honest, that's what I want. I'll never give up. I want the whole place sold out. My name in every mouth. You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my name. Say my name. Say my motherfucking name. Say my. You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my name. Say my motherfucking name. Say my. You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name.
Driven by fire, driven by fear, never get tired, no I'm still here. Felt in the cracks, now I'm shifting gears. 10 years into my moments here, waiting my turn, now I'm high in demand. Slept on a kid, but I had bigger plans. Stay low key, but I still hit drop. Give me one shot and I'm coming alive. Names on the left, second taste it. Gunning for the top, no limitations. From the basement, no hesitation. Flipping on my L's with straight motivation. Ain't no quitter, I'm built for the grind. Pressure makes diamonds, so I'm gonna shine. One more shot, yeah, one more time. Driven affection, we locked in our prime. Lace on my gloves, been fighting for years. Face on my demons, I face on my fears. Look every hit as I look in the mirror, my vision's alive and the mission is clear. Say my name, say it loud. Every scar, I wear them proud. Every word coming out my mouth has got me here where I'm standing now. Eyes on the prize, don't blink, don't break. Move with a purpose, don't be fake. Don't play B, only got to play an A. When he built like me, there's only one way. Straight to the top, oh gas, no brakes. Yeah, straight to the top, cause no gotta stay.
You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my name. Say my motherfucking name. You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my name. Say my motherfucking name. You know I'm after this shit till the world say my motherfucking name.
Welcome to the Off Label Podcast, your daily dose of sanity in an insane world. Ladies and gentlemen, look, I heard the dumbest thing possible that I could have ever thought of would come from the Democrat Party. All right? I was at work listening to the House Rules Committee. The same party that wanted to defund the police, the same party that wants to take your guns, the same party that then tried to walk it the fuck back and say it was the Republicans that wanted to defund the police, are now the same fucking party that's sitting here crying in the House Rules Committee about how the police don't have enough money. Also the fact Jamie Raskin wants to argue the language in a bill about officers buying their firearms, but he doesn't know shit about firearms and proves it in this hearing. This one's going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. We also got to talk about the white South African refugees coming over here, because that turned out to be a shit show. And Jesus fucking Christ, the Democrats have gone full racist. It's on full display now, ladies and gentlemen. They can't argue about any of it. We got a few more things we need to cover as well. Let's go ahead and get started.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you can get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
I am an anti-contact, non-offending pedophile.
What?
Pedophilia is not a choice. I can choose not to harm minors, but I can't choose to stop being attracted to them.
Shoot that guy. Before some dude named Xander or some Vady named Sky comes in, he can't help it. He's just trying to live his life. Yeah, well, I'm trying to end it. I mean, there's a pride flag for these wood chipper Americans. You guys will normalize anything but accountability. If I see one of those freaks flying that flag in public, call me 2020 because it's on site. Their pronouns are going to be was, were. Welcome to the past tense, big guy. I'm not letting you normalize it. And I'm a huge proponent here at the GFC. You're not allowed to quit. All right? No self-checkout line of life. You feel me? That guy can, should, and I hope he does. A pride flag. Let that sink in. Pride flag. Goodness. Unrelated, he looks like he plays pickleball. It might be related. Anyways, dude, go forth and stay fucked. Merchants and bye. Okay, bye.
Hear me out. He's right.
He's absolutely right. If you're going to sit there and tell everybody that you're going to touch children,
Yeah.
guess what? Guess what? It's a ticket to Jeffrey Epstein's.
Mm-hmm.
I
I saw that and I just had to say something about that.
That's the problem we face right now.
I made
Is that
17
these people-
different fucking 17 different shorts and just like uploaded them private, and every single one of them turned adults adults only. Like the age restriction was turned off, so I was like, get rid of it. Get rid of it. I don't know how the fuck he got past it. Maybe he just age restricted the shit out of that and that just blew up. I don't know. I have no fucking clue how that happened. I didn't say anything worse than what he did.
And my favorite thing is that dude had a big ass neck.
Right.
That dude had a big ass neck, so not the wood chipper. It's gonna be I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna take my arm, put it where I'm supposed to, put my fist where I'm supposed to, the same at the other side, and just whisper in his ear. How do you
What?
think?
You're cutting in and out. We can't hear shit.
You want to touch children? You think it's okay? I'm gonna whisper this in his ear. You think it's okay to play with children? You think it's okay to be attracted to children? Well, I'm gonna send you to the maker.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Calm that one down a little bit. But yeah, I couldn't, dude. Like,
bro.
look, no, I made a short calling fucking Kanye West song out, and they hit it with age restriction. I can understand the video I made answering Jasmine Crockett. I can understand that. But you gotta, I don't know. No.
This Kanye West song has made it to Indian TikTok.
I told you, dude, this was gonna, I knew it.
I know.
You were gonna see
I told you too.
different recreations of all of it. It's gonna be the goddamn anthem of the summer, and you're gonna have black people screaming Heil Hitler. My neighborhood. You know how bad that's gonna look when people on my street are bumping that fucking song all the way through the neighborhood on the same street as the only white person in the neighborhood? Bitch, that looks bad on me.
Go to my screen. Oh, we're probably gonna take it now. Should I do it now or wait till Rumble?
We gotta wait till Rumble for that.
Oh, dude.
No.
Dude.
No. I'm gonna get lynched just for being white now.
I told you when we caught on this song, we were the first ones to catch to this song. We were really Sneeko and Aiden Ross and them. You know, of
First
course,
person live to actually
Yeah.
really mention it. Nobody
We
can
were the
fucking
first-
touch it without actually, playing the shit.
yeah, nobody wanted to touch it, and then all of a sudden, it just blew up. And
You got fucking
but-
the dance from Sonic the Hedgehog on this fucking song. We played that shit for the Rumble thing.
It's because we're just not that like we don't care, but we don't care. It doesn't fucking. It's not a.
Oh, on this one, I fucking care, dude. Like I said, I'm the only white person in the neighborhood. I'm gonna have my fucking people on this street bumping that fucking song in their systems. Everybody's gonna know what it is, and they're driving down the same road as the only white person. I'm dead.
You're not dead. What are you talking
Son of a
about? You're the
bitch.
fucking.
You
You're the
got
most
black
popular
people
person in
screaming
the
Heil
neighborhood.
Hitler now?
You're the most popular person in the neighborhood now.
I don't
Can you
think
imagine?
it's gonna work that way.
No, I'm telling you, you're the most popular person. People are gonna start bringing you fucking Nazi flags and telling you to fucking put it up. Could you imagine? Could
I
you
don't want
imagine?
to imagine.
Your
Right?
neighbors are just like, here, I bought you something. And you're like, what'd you buy me? And it's a fucking Nazi flag. And they're like, put it up.
I don't know if there's any way of me getting out of any of this.
Oh, all of a sudden they start just buying you fucking Nazi stuff. Like they go to like the markets and they just go buy Nazi stuff and bring it to you.
Hey, how about I
got
just tell
some-
them the story of the sewer Jews? It'll just smooth everything right over. Jennifer, thank you for the $5 dono. Not a fan of Ye's latest. Don't do it, Richard. No. No.
No, listen, he's not gonna do it. But it's just the way his neighborhood is. I know.
I'm the only fucking white people here. Me and my wife, we're the only white people
I
in
know.
this neighborhood.
I know, and they're gonna look up to you guys.
You say that. Everybody else from beyond this block is going to be like, that white couple over there, they're radicalizing black people to scream Heil Hitler.
Nah, I'm telling you right now, they are looking at this like it's the funnest thing in the world. And you guys are going to be the most popular people on the block. I'm telling you right now.
How are we going to be most popular people on the block when black people are bringing me Nazi flags? What the fuck?
Could you imagine
I don't
your
understand how this whole process.
Could
just
you
came up
imagine
in
your
head.
entire block just decides to fly Nazi flags? The entire block.
I'm moving the fuck out. Hi, chat. How are you? We haven't said hi yet. We got Jennifer in the house, Tony Hay, Bruce Rice. Look, we squirreled out immediately.
Oh
Carolyn
God!
Hall is with
Please,
us.
please, as soon as the first Nazi flag goes up in your neighborhood, and a black flag,
Can we get off about this? Wait. Can we get off this?
Can we get what?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm in a fucking silly mood today.
We got Wild Bill in the
I
house.
feel like-
Carolyn Hall.
Listen, fuckers, I feel better. Okay,
Tina
all right.
Bright.
I feel the best I've felt in a month and a half. Okay, let me enjoy myself, being fucking reckless.
By saying black people are gonna. Jesus
You know-
Christ. See, this is usually what happens on Rumble, but this motherfucker just can't help it, apparently.
We're talking about the Kanye West song.
What up, Jonathan? How you doing? We got King Krause with us as well.
Oh, God.
Of course, Amanda's over there on the Rumble side. She says she's feeling like shit because it's 96
Yeah, she
degrees with 85% humidity. Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
to the South.
No,
Every
well,
damn day of the summer.
it's inside her. It's inside the business that she works in.
Oh, well, that's every fucking day around here midsummer.
Your screen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we really get into anything else, we do have one thing we really do need to go through real quick. Let me just throw this up for you. It is linked there at the pinned message, if you could, please help a brother out. We got RP here who's taking care of his family, and some of them are special needs here. Where is it? Uh-oh. It won't even let me go any further with that. Maybe if I restart or refresh. But yeah, he's going through some rough times. He's getting kicked out of his house because the people just want to just up and evict him for no reason because their lease is up, even though they've been good tenants. So they got to cover some cost of moving. If you could do anything at all, it'd be very, very, very welcomed. He's got a goal of 7,000 and he's at 270 now. Let's see if we can actually do something for this guy. He's part of the family. Let's get him settled. But
Jennifer O'Connell too.
Oh yeah, I gotta grab that one. This motherfucker's smoking again. Look at him.
I can't do fucking. I listen. That's what guys. So I kind of find out what was making me really sick. It was, vaping. It came to a point where like I wasn't even vaping, and I saw vape coming out of my mouth, and I stopped it. 24 hours, and I started to feel better. So now I'm just smoking regular cigarettes because, and I'm getting that first, like when you're like 15 years old, that cigarette high.
Right. We got Das Becky's in the house over there on Rumble. I still remember that. It's like, what is it? Dobequa or something like that. But I just
vaping
read
is
it
bad
as
for you.
Das
Like it would
Bequeeze.
like. It's because when you vape, you just keep continually doing it.
Right.
You know, no matter where you are, you know, even in a movie theater, you can do it. So like, it just gets really bad. And it was making me like, I threw up for like a month and a half straight. And I didn't know why. And then I stopped vaping. And all of a sudden I stopped throwing up. So
It's rough. I mean, all through the day I do it too, but I'll take a hit and put it back in my pocket, you know.
yeah, no, I was just fucking,
Ripping it all day long.
yeah.
I'll take a hit, put it back in my pocket, let it sit there for a good little bit. And maybe 20, 30 minutes later, I'll take another hit and put it back in my pocket. I only take one hit throughout anytime I do it.
Listen, Tony, my life has meaning for that 8-month-old and my family. But yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I wasn't
But
feeling
ladies
good
and
for it.
gentlemen, if you would, we also got Jennifer O'Connell over there. She's trying to get all the utilities hooked up so the kids can come back and live with her. I gave you the link as well. She's got a good little bit going here. 1,000 of the 10,000 she's requesting here. If you have the heart, if you can do anything at all, help either one of them out. Help them both out. Y'all are great though. Y'all are a great audience. Y'all are a great group. However, we got to get into this, Davey, because this is dumb. This is real dumb. This goes beyond retarded. I want y'all to understand, this is your Democrat Party. This is the same party that said we need to defund the police because thousands of black people are being killed in the streets every year.
Today, the Rules Committee is convening to consider 3 pieces of legislation.
It is in
HR
mono, so yes.
2240, HR 2243, and HR 2255.
It is all the way
HR
up.
2240, the bipartisan Improving Law Enforcement Officer Safety and Wellness
I'll set the
through
gain on
Data
for you.
Act requires the Attorney General to develop
Looks like she has
reports
mutton
related
chops.
to violent attacks against law enforcement
she's got a patch on her
officers and
face.
submit them to Congress. Some of the components of these reports include the number of attacks intentionally targeting police officers, a description of the federal response
Oh, son
on
of a
attacks
bitch. It's on mono,
against
and
law
that's the side that's
enforcement
fucked up
officers,
in my headset.
and recommendations for improving responses to attacks. Further,
I
this
don't think you guys
legislation
actually
requires
do
the
need
Attorney
the-
General
Bruce
to
with
submit
the
to Congress
10
a report that
Off-label gift
assesses
memberships.
the
Fred
ability
George,
to implement a new category
Maria,
of reporting
Maria
Jackie,
Kathleen.
uniform
Drew,
online reporting
Maria,
system and the National Incident-Based Reporting
Nonchalant,
System, provides
Stretch
details on
Cactus,
how to
Adam
engage
Rice.
state
Thank
and
you very
local
much,
law
Bruce.
enforcement
Appreciate the
agencies
fuck out of you.
in reporting the
That's
data
Nance
as well
Lai.
as disparities,
Maria Flower.
and offers additional
Jackie got one.
legislative tools or
She gets to see her
authorities
shit now.
helpful in
Jesse
deferring
Fitz.
aggregate actions.
Night of the Old Cool.
H.R. 2243, the bipartisan LEOSA Reform Act of
Wood Tiger.
2024,
Hell yeah,
amends
Bruce.
Title
Appreciate the
18
fuck out of
United
that.
States Code to improve the Law Enforcement Officer Safety Act and provisions relating to the carrying of concealed weapons by law enforcement officers.
I know biatches.
This legislation provides necessary exemptions, clarifications.
Oh yeah, yeah. The House has always been. The House has
that
been
would
in mono
allow
all
current
fucking
and
year.
retired
I don't know
law
why.
enforcement officers
The problem is now that this
certified
headset is
under
messing
LEOSA
up,
to carry
and I
a
can't hear out of this
concealed
side much.
firearm on public transportation and within national parks, gun-free
And that's
school
the
zones, as well as
the ear
certain
she's
federal
talking out of.
facilities. By clarifying the rights of qualified
get
current law
Rio Tech.
enforcement officers,
They're a
as well
little
as retired
expensive, but
officers,
they're worth it.
this legislation will augment existing public safety
Well,
postures
I mean, this
in
this set
critical
was like
locations across our
100
nation.
$120, dude.
Quote former
Still,
Senator Barbara
These were like
Boxer.
200,
Quote, law
and they gave it a
enforcement
bunch of
officers
different
are never
things,
off
but
duty.
they're worth
They are
it. This is-
dedicated public servants
these are
who
the-
sworn to
the
protect
headset that
public
I've kept the-
safety at
kept
any
the
time and
longest.
place where peace is threatened. They need all the help they can get. End
I
quote.
do. I do need to get
Finally,
them.
H.R. 2255,
I do need
the
this.
Federal Law Enforcement Officer
Can't do anything right now. Though.
Service Weapon Purchase Act of 2025 directs the administrator of the General Services Administration, GSA, to establish a program to allow current and retired federal law enforcement officers to purchase a retired firearm from the
Oh, I love
agency
headsets.
that issued
Over the ear
firearm
ones. I hate
to that
anything that
officer.
goes in my ear.
Current law requires federal
I
agencies
love
to
everything that's
destroy
in my rear.
retired firearms, a process that remains costly, and that cost is ultimately borne by hardworking taxpayers across the nation. By recovering these costs and allowing current and retired federal law enforcement officers
We're gonna
who
look past
remain in
that,
good
ladies and gentlemen.
standing to purchase these firearms, this legislation achieves pertinent aims that benefit law enforcement.
Hold on, for anybody that's actually heard this in the House rules before, different day. I'm gonna show you. Different fucking day. This was streamed live 4 fucking hours ago. This is the same bill, just rewritten because everybody was crying and whining about certain things. So now it has to go back through and make sure that everybody's okay with the bill as it is written.
And hardworking taxpayers. This week is National Police Week, and it's a perfect opportunity to advance these pieces of legislation that affirm our commitment to supporting the men and women of law enforcement.
What up,
I
No
invite our
Jabsky?
Democrat colleagues to join us in doing so. And before I yield
Brandy,
to the
how you
ranking
doing?
member, please wish Mr. Nagoose a happy birthday when he comes in. Today's his birthday. And
Yes,
we're
ladies
glad
and
he has
gentlemen,
the
it is
gift
that
of
committee.
Spending it with the Rules Committee.
Well, hopefully he's out drinking.
Davey hit it.
Jennifer with the 5 members. Welcome, Zena. Sienna. Victor.
Xena Xavier. Cyan
Victor,
410.
Haley's dad, and Hugh Jassel.
Harley's dad.
And Hugh Jassel.
Thank you, Jennifer. This motherfucker can't read.
That's the only one I got right. Hugh Jassel.
I mean, you knew that one though. So, but yeah. What was it? Oh yeah, the whole you reading Haley's little story there when I couldn't.
Yeah.
Then I gave you praise about that, and now you can't even read usernames. Like, how the fuck?
Listen, the usernames are weird.
Xena Xavier.
Xavier, Cyan 410, Victo 5, Harley's dad, and Hugh J is.
It was the only one you got right the first time. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But let's continue.
With that, I look forward to today's
Reading
discussion. I yield to
Rainbow.
Mr. McGovern for any comments he wishes to make.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. And before I begin, I just want to thank you and all the members of this committee from the bottom of my heart for your prayers and gestures of kindness over the last few weeks. It means more to me and my family than you can imagine. So I appreciate, all the outreach. It was comforting. Madam Chair, I'm not going to get into the details of all the bills that we're considering today. I'll leave it to the panelists to go into details. But it is National Police Week, and I do want to express my deep disappointment that this House still has yet to properly acknowledge and honor those who defended our lives here on January 6th.
This motherfucker was the biggest goddamn argument for defunding the police and House rules when all that shit went the fuck down. But because the police are not being recognized from saving your ass from something your own goddamn party set up, by all accounts, looks like that's true, you're going to sit there and cry about how they're not being recognized? I guarantee you McGovern knows what the fuck happened that day.
I was in the chair that day. I took over for Speaker Pelosi. I was one of the last people off the House floor. I saw the attackers that day up close, and it was horrific. And Speaker Johnson, for whatever reason, refuses
With that being
to
said,
put up a
can you
bronze
just spell the
plaque honoring the
potholes?
officers who defended this building that day.
Anybody who
Congress passed a
says
law in 2022
I was
to
there
put up a
on
memorial.
January 6th,
The plaque is already printed. It's just sitting somewhere on this campus, ready to be installed.
you know you could just slap them
But the speaker
out in
won't
public.
do it.
Just slap them, right?
guess my
You
question
know
is,
you can.
why
I'm
won't
not
he
saying
do
do it,
Can
but
someone
they're a
explain
fucking
to me
bitch.
why a plaque that Congress voted to authorize, honoring the bravery of those officers that day, is still not on display. It really is a sign of disrespect.
Oh, Jonathan, what about the cops that were in on it in January 6th?
Oh,
Oh, you mean what was that woman's name that was in the fucking command center that day per Stephen Son's testimony? Yeah, what happened to her? She resigned and then wound up to be the sheriff of the county right next to Nancy Pelosi. Or DA or something. I forget. It's been a while. I even forget that bitch's name. But yeah, she was the one as the lieutenant, per his goddamn testimony, per his own damn interview. This motherfucker was saying, I was trying to get them out of the fucking house. Nobody was answering me. Nobody would clear the way. I just did it anyway. Yes, I broke regulation. Yes, I broke code, but I got them the fuck out because our command center wasn't relaying shit back to us. It took Stephen Son 71 goddamn minutes to get the National Guard called the fuck in. Why? Because Nancy Pelosi was blowing every other motherfucker on the goddamn phone for 71 goddamn minutes. Oh, what did she have to do with it? Yeah, that's right. She was Speaker of the House. She was in control of the Sergeant at Arms. The Sergeant at Arms were calling her to get fucking authorization to bring the National Guard in. And it took her 71 goddamn minutes to the point that the National Guard actually got to the Capitol at roughly around 6 p.m. when everybody was fucking gone. They circled around a few times, took some fucking pictures, and then slept in a goddamn parking garage. Yeah, y'all remember that shit?
Who do you think is a better blowjob, Nancy Pelosi or Susan Collins?
Dude, Susan Collins. Well,
Who do you think? I think Nancy. I think Nancy would give a better one because she's
them
just
teeth come
way
out.
too.
Them teeth come out. She's gonna be drunk. All you gonna be getting is gummy.
She'd fall asleep in the middle of it.
Kind of fucked, but not untrue. But let's continue.
Respect, and it is a slap in the face to the Capitol Police who protect all of us each and every day. I think, you know, we kind of can guess the answer, and I think it's because a lot of people, a lot of Republicans, not all.
What up, Harley's dad? How you doing?
Downplay what happened that day.
Congratulations. You can now see our
Clear,
membership.
January 6th was a day where violent criminals broke into the Capitol.
You get
Not
to see
political prisoners, as Trump likes to call
personal
them,
videos.
or
You get to see
patriots.
videos that
They were
nobody else
violent
will
criminals.
see. And you
They
get to see
brutally
videos
attacked
that
our
I will
police,
put out there
crushed
publicly
officers in doorways,
before anybody
chased
else.
officers into cardiac arrest, and beat officers with anything they could get their hands on, including
What up, Glenn?
flagpoles, bats, and fire extinguishers. There are law enforcement officers outside of this room right
There
now.
you go.
Glenn, so was I.
But you said you can slap anybody that says they were at J6. He was there. He got a pardon.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fucking the Dems who are just fucking bitches and crying about.
Oh, yeah.
I was there and people were trying to kill me.
Like AOC making up that story
Yeah.
that somehow fucking happened an hour before the first barricades were even attacked. Yeah, they were pounding on the door. The cop was trying to clear it because there was a bomb threat on the fucking building. Yeah, that one that, oh, fuck. The timer, the egg timer. Was that fucking bomb threat that would have been around that time frame? Was that fucking bomb threat that AOC was complaining about a block of fucking way? Like they were storming in there and they were just demanding, they were wanting to kill her. She was hiding in the bathroom and the cop was coming after her and all she heard was just, where is she? Where is she? Yeah, you remember that shit. Was that the same fucking story? I can't believe anybody else hasn't put two and two together with that, though. Maybe there has been, but I remember that. Like, she was telling it. She went for like an hour and a half on fucking Instagram about the shit. Oh, goddamn.
Who were attacked that day and continue to protect this building and protect members of Congress. So as I will.
What up, Lenny?
So as
We'll see you in a
all
bit.
I will say to all of you is that if we're serious about Police Week and about honoring our police, you would tell Speaker Johnson to hang that plaque. You would say right here and now, in clear and unequivocal terms, that Donald Trump was wrong to pardon the January 6 criminals, and you would call that day what it was, a violent insurrection. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just, it's beyond disappointment. I'm outraged that we're even raising this issue after all this time. And so when people talk about honoring our police during Police Week, it rings a little hollow given that omission. You know, unfortunately, we're seeing, in addition to that, not recognizing the officers on that, January 6th, we have Republicans coming up with
Cry about it. They all fucking
budgets that
lied during the
slash
January
$680
6th
million
committee.
in funding
Except for one.
ATF and for DEA.
Steve Baker
and for
proved that.
FBI,
He went to
for
fucking
firing
prison for it.
FBI employees, you know, wiping out $1 billion in funding for community policing grants and gutting civil rights enforcement, you know, all while handing tax cuts to billionaires. But if we want to celebrate and truly honor police during Police Week, we can start by telling the truth. And the truth is that the officers who protected the Capitol on January 6th are the heroes. They are the good guys, not the attackers, but the police who protected and saved countless lives on that day, and continue to do so. And I honor their service to us. And again, I think it would be a meaningful gesture and an acknowledgement that we all realize the seriousness of that day if we could finally put on display that plaque that Congress authorized. And with that, I thank the chair and I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. McGovern. Without objection, any prepared statements that our witnesses may have will be included in the record. I now welcome our first panel.
What up, brother?
Representative
The
Knott
Sentinel?
and
How y'all doing?
Raskin and Ranking Member Raskin from the Committee on the Judiciary. Your full statement will be
Y'all are
submitted
gonna
for the
love this.
record. We ask you summarize your statement in 5 minutes. Representative Knott, I welcome your testimony.
Thank you,
We
Madam
may get a
Chairwoman.
little bit
As
over
you well
on-
know, it
on
is National
YouTube.
Police Week.
I wanna get this
More
whole
than
part in.
60 years ago, President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation designating May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and reserved the full week to rightfully honor law enforcement. Thousands of law enforcement officers are visiting Washington, D.C. this week to honor their colleagues who have made the ultimate sacrifice while bravely and selflessly serving their communities in the line of duty. The 3 bills before us today will make communities safer.
I mean, the cops made the
and more
first
importantly,
fucking
they
move
will
on
show
y'all.
our appreciation for the men and women of law enforcement. Allow me to first discuss H.R. 2243, the Leosa Reform Act. Briefly, in 2004, President George W. Bush signed into law the Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act. Leosa exempts certain active and retired law enforcement officers carrying a Leosa photographic identification card from state and local prohibitions on the carrying of concealed firearms. Since its original passage in 2004, Leosa has been amended twice, in 2010 and then in 2013.
It's been eventful as shit.
To clarify who qualifies as an active or retired
I was
law enforcement
yelling
officer.
listening to this
It
on the
also
way home.
makes other small changes to the certification and compliance requirements for retired officers. The Leosa Reform Act would make small but important changes to
Put
Leosa
pen
to
on
allow
her shirt.
qualified, active, and retired officers to conceal
That's a
carry
button.
in the same manner as many licensed citizens according to their state
Might
law.
be the Ukraine flag and
For
the American
example,
flag that she has on her
The
shirt.
Leosa Reform Act will allow law enforcement officers qualified under Leosa to carry a firearm on public transportation, in national parks, in gun-free zones, and in certain publicly accessible federal facilities. We must permit our active and retired law enforcement officers the ability to protect themselves and others no matter where they are
Oh,
here in
fuck.
the United States.
We'll find her again.
The second bill we are considering is H.R. 2240, the Improving Law Enforcement Officer Safety and Wellness Through Data Act. Police officers risk their lives every
Can't
day
get
to
more
protect
manly
our
than a gay
communities.
man. I don't know.
Unfortunately, they have faced an increase
I don't
in
think there's
unprovoked
anything
and
really manly about
ambush-style
sticking your
attacks
dick in a
in
man's
recent
butt.
years. While the government collects
Well, that would
basic
be a
information
dominant
on
thing,
these
like,
attacks,
would it not,
such
though?
as when the attack occurred and what types of weapons were used,
As long
more
as you're not
information is
doing it
needed
like
to
the
help law
Romans.
enforcement officers prepare for
Kind of like a prison thing. I'm fucking you in the butt. You can't fuck me. You know? Establish dominance. Stick your dick in a man's butt.
I forget what movie that's from, but it's just like all I hear is every time I hear established dominance, I just hear established dominance! Established dominance!
All right. Maybe if that was the argument, I would understand Harley's dad, but
identify and to prevent future anti-police violence. This bill would fill in the identified gaps in reporting requirements on attacks targeting our law enforcement officers, allowing federal, state, and local governments to equip police with the resources necessary to safely execute their
why?
jobs.
Why did we go down there?
The third and final bill is H.R. 2255, the Federal Law Enforcement
Why does he
Officer
need so
Service
many
Weapon
cups, by the way?
Purchase Act of 2025.
That's for everybody.
Under
Because
current
as the
policy,
house
federal
rules, they'll
agencies
change
must
out between
destroy
people.
Retired
okay.
firearms with no fewer than 3 witnesses to the destruction. In
What? Can't hear on YouTube. Not hearing the video you were playing. All right, let's add a boost to it then.
No, you can hear it. I just turned it on to you. Hold on. Oh.
Tina says
Why?
I can't hear it. We do have
No.
a limiter on it.
We can hear it, but it's mono, so it's only on one side.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to turn it up a little bit.
All right, I'll give it a little boost for the gain.
Come over to Rumble.
And let's see.
2022, the Fraternal Order of Police notified Congress of multiple
Tell me if you
federal
guys
law
hear that
enforcement
better.
agencies replacing their service weapons.
Appreciate
The
you,
replacement
Harley.
of these service weapons accounted for the destruction of
for you, I
approximately
can't help that.
20,000 firearms, costing the American taxpayers roughly $8 million. This legislation would save that cost for agencies and taxpayers while recouping part of the initial expense. Under this law, the administrator of the General Services would establish a program to allow current and retired federal law enforcement officers to purchase a retired firearm issued to them by their agency.
Okay, cool. Fine. Cool. Check this out. As we listen, remember that this bill is about retired officers being able to purchase the firearm they were issued. Fucking track this.
To be eligible to participate, the officer must be in good standing with the agency, and
What up,
any
Paula?
firearms sold through the program must be sold within 6 months of the firearm's retirement. And finally, the firearm must be sold for salvage value. American taxpayers should not have to pay for a service weapon twice. First, when it is acquired, and then secondly, when it is destroyed. Thank you, Madam Chair. I look forward to the questions.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Take your sub box.
You serve the country. To be honest with you, whatever you serve the country with, you should be able to come home with. I'm not gonna lie. There's an $800 billion, almost $1 trillion that we give to the military every year. And you're telling me that we can't allow these servicemen who retire, who, by the way, buy most of their gear, we can't allow them to take it home? Yet we can afford to allow 20 million illegal immigrants in 4 years, give them hotel rooms, give them EBT cards, but we can't give the servicemen who went overseas to service our country, we can't allow them to keep their equipment?
I would agree
Why?
with you, but this bill is about police officers.
But even so, I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, even police officers have to buy their own equipment too. So if you have a service weapon that you serve the country with, and they go, "Oh, you got to give it up." Why?
I agree.
Why? That makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. You served the country with this weapon. Congratulations. Happy retirement. Take the weapon home with you.
And all your gear.
Yeah, and it's so funny because people don't understand, like, when you practice with a weapon, like, you become familiar with that weapon. That weapon becomes like a part of you.
Any other weapon feels alien.
Yeah. So even if you have a 1911, and then you have to give you up your 1911. Oh, even a Glock. Okay, everybody hates Glocks, but whatever. You have a Glock 17, and you've used this Glock 17 for 20 years on the force. That Glock and you are assimilated. Like, it's your Glock. You know exactly how to use it, how to clean it, what it needs. And then they go, "Oh no, we're going to take that from you," and you have to buy another Glock. So you buy another Glock 17, and it just it fires, but it doesn't have the right kick to it, the kick that you're used to, because you've had a service weapon for 15 years that you know what kind of kick it has, you know what kind of bullets to buy for it, like, but they take it away from you. It's one of those things that people who don't own guns will never understand. You'll never understand how it feels to have your own sidearm. Like I have a Glock 43X, and I love it. I love it. It's perfect, right? For me, it's perfect. It gives the right kick. I know how to aim. I had how to use it, what to do with it, like where I have to aim for certain things. If I bought a new Glock 43X, like I'd have to retrain myself to use it.
Right. Give me a second, though. Tony, hey. I had the wrong button pressed. Tony, hey, Munkets, thank you for the 5. We got G-Man NC coming in, Tennessee Farm Girls, Sour Cost, Upside Down, and Bruce Wayne. Welcome to the family. Y'all get the membership. You're going to see videos that nobody else does on this channel. You're going to see videos that we may put out into the public first. And y'all are going to have some members-only streams going on Fridays. Now, members-only streams are going to change up here because members-only is supposed to be about you, right? You pay for it. You want it.
I saw who's going to be scheduled for Saturday, by the way.
Jennifer had the idea. She pitched it to us. And I think it's fucking awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to, members only will be focused around you. You bring a couple of topics for us to talk about. We'll sit down. We'll have a conversation about it. Whether we get to yelling and screaming, whether we get to agreeing with shit, we're going to talk to you about whatever situation you want to get into. That'll be for members only. You got to be in the Discord. One of the mods, please go ahead and throw that Discord link in there for everybody.
Polar Bear says the movie The Greatest Sniper explains it perfectly, Davey.
But let's go back to Davy's grandstand here.
No, I'm done. I'm just, it's just the people who don't understand guns don't understand.
Oh, you're going to love Raskin then.
Don't understand how when you have fitted this meticulous weapon to your specs and your ability to do with it, and then they just take it away from you, and then they go, just buy another one.
What up, Elf?
I served my country. I served my community. Why should you take it away from me? It's the dumbest thing ever.
It is.
Well, you might be fucking. You might have some PTSD. You didn't worry about that for the fucking 20 years I served in the community, did you?
Right.
No. You didn't care about my PTSD for 20 years. Now all of a sudden I'm off the force, and you're like, well, maybe now. I don't think it's a good idea for you to have a firearm.
Well, Jennifer is fired. She don't know how to grab a damn link. Fine. All right. Invite people. Copy link. I need to, edit this invite. All right, so here's what's going to happen. Expire after never. Max number of uses. Generate a new link. Jennifer, everybody else, I will post it in Discord. But that'll be the Discord link there for you. That will never expire. We can use that one every single time. You want to be part of the members only shit, you got to be in there. I will be watching to see who comes in here so I can grant you the access that you actually need until we get the bots and everything set up for everything. Rick's working on that. But until then, let's go back.
Not Ranking Member Raskin.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Recognized.
I appreciate it, Mr.
It's a
Knott,
convoluted
and,
mess right now.
To
But
the ranking member, I know how tough it is for you to be back now, but please know that you are surrounded by the love of your colleagues, you and your family. We honor the officers who've laid down their lives for their communities on Police Week, and we recognize the challenges that officers face as they make our communities safer.
Yeah.
Our
Freudian
state and
slip.
local officers work together with our federal. When the local officers trace a firearm, they turn to the ATF. When there's terrorism, they cooperate with the FBI. When they need funding to purchase life-saving equipment like bulletproof vests, They seek and obtain federal grants. When they find child abuse online, they report it to the federally funded Internet Crimes Against Children task forces. And when they respond to domestic violence, they often use the training provided by federal grants and place victims in federally funded shelters. But many of these resources have been severely cut already.
See, this
Elon
motherfucker
Musk,
already done told
Doge,
you. He's just reading shit.
President Trump and Republicans who refused to intervene to stop it. The DOJ just terminated $500 million in grants to local police forces, victim services, juvenile justice and services,
Look,
and
I just fuck up words and read
other
ahead.
public safety
You
mechanisms.
don't even know what you're
we had
reading.
an amendment to try to restore all of that funding, which our colleagues didn't verbally oppose, but they all voted against, unfortunately. But
Yeah, I don't know.
Madam Chair,
my
you
sergeant
can't
just
back
opened the door and
blue
said,
while
everybody
you're
throw your
defunding
weapons
and
out.
gutting
And the weapons were
essential
gone.
law enforcement
I don't know what happened.
agencies
Talk to him.
and networks. Moreover, when police are violently attacked, wounded, maimed, and disfigured, as scores of officers were on January 6, 2021, Donald Trump and his administration are letting the criminals go free.
Take it full screen.
Many of the
And mute it.
beneficiaries of the pardons
What, this?
of more than
Yes, take it full
1,500
screen and mute it.
insurrectionists and rioters have already reoffended,
You-
have already been
Well, I got it muted. Don't worry about it.
rearrested
Play.
for crimes. Many have already been charged. This week, we should be restoring the grants that Doge cut. We should be pushing the administration to release the funding that supports crucial programs like the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force program.
This
We
is
should
the
be
January
insisting,
6th they
as
talk
the
about.
ranking member
I still have Raskin, by the way.
observed, that the plaque
I know.
honoring
That's the point.
our police officers in the Capitol be put up. It's more than a year late. That's the very least we can do for people
mean
who risk their
the
lives.
police officer
and
that's
some
just
of them
sitting there
lost
with
their
a
lives
bullhorn?
defending us
As a dude in a
against
fucking wheelchair, is there?
savage attack on the Capitol. But instead,
Savage
we have a
attack,
reporting bill
ladies and
today
gentlemen.
which collects data. We have no objection to that. And two bills that expand the ability of current and retired officers to
right, I'm
buy
good.
more guns in more places. These two bills have big flaws. Even if they didn't, this package would be insulting in light of this administration's policies systematically
not
undermining law
January 6th.
enforcement and making the jobs of
just
police
gonna
officers
say,
harder.
we're
The
fucking
Leosa
around.
Reform
That
Act
was, what,
would preempt state
Rayburn
concealed
building?
carry laws,
Yeah,
forcing
today.
all 50 states to allow off-duty and retired officers to carry concealed firearms on private property open to the public, like restaurants, bars.
I'm going to pause this and just go ahead and show you. Okay. Democrat protesters stormed the Rayburn building and staged an insurrection in D.C. today. I'm shaking. This is worse than Pearl Harbor and 9/11. That's what we were showing you. Giving you full context, not fucking around. I thought it'd be funny as hell to play that, but that's what he was showing you while Raskin was talking about January 6th. Wasn't January 6th, but yeah.
Parks and playgrounds. It would require all states to allow off-duty and retired officers to carry concealed firearms on buses, trains, subways, and even in gun-free school zones. It would preempt laws
Harley's dad
passed
went
by
home.
the states prohibiting high-capacity magazines.
Harley's dad?
On top of all this, H.R. 2243 weakens training certification standards, which currently require training on an annual basis.
Oh, no,
That would be
Harley, I don't
changed
care if
to
people
every
drop
3
links.
years.
I don't care if
We
they
have dozens of
self-promote,
proposals
as long
that
as they talking
we
in the
could be
chat.
agreeing upon to make our communities safer without infringing on the rights of states at all.
Look,
But
this is how
bill's
we
not
came
one
up
of
with
them,
our
and we strongly oppose it. The federal
Harley's dad, I can't be a dick about it. This is how we came to fuck up. This is how people started noticing us. Y'all came from Rob Shad here. How much of a dick would I be for you not to gain some kind of eyes and notoriety to what you're doing off of us? I mean, I'd be a dick if I did that, right?
We're here to help each other.
Right. If you do better than us, if you got some more content out there that people want to see that doesn't even involve this kind of shit, I don't care. Just get your name out there, get going.
Yeah.
As long as you talking in the chat, I don't give a fuck. Promote yourself.
We don't care.
law enforcement officer service
We're here
weapon
to help
purchase
each
act
other.
was once a sensible bipartisan bill led by our former colleague Val Demings. Her version
By the way, I
allowed
have a
federal
giant
agencies to
announcement.
sell handguns no longer in use.
Let's go to Davy's screen. What we got?
American Gladiators is back.
God damn it. That show was fucking cool. Even
It
though
was
I was
fucking
just like,
amazing.
my bitch ass at fucking 13, 14 years old, looking like skin and fucking bones. Maybe not the pummel shit, but anything else, I definitely fucking rock your asses on.
Oh, The Miz. I'm thrilled to announce that I'm the new host of American Gladiators. The 10-year-old me is screaming huge thanks to MGM and Amazon Prime. Videos for trusting me with the iconic legacy. We're honoring the original and bringing fresh energy to the whole new generation. AG is back. I am fucking so excited. I'm not going to lie to you.
Can we get a little more physical with it, though?
Oh, I loved American Gladiators. I loved American Gladiators so much. Like, I still watch.
No bullshit, though. No bullshit. With American Gladiators, the old fucking version, the best one were the fucking women.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guys just seem to be like love tap kind of situation. Now, those women would swing that shit and just like uppercut the fuck out of everybody.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like I'm starting to go back into watching wrestling, and the girls are knocking it out of the park. These girls are just knocking it out of the park.
Tits and ass sells. Let's just be honest.
I'm not even talking about tits and ass. Like, they're like fully covered, but these girls are fucking jumping off the top rope like Hurricane Rana, like in the middle of the ring, punching. Like, dude, it is insane.
Wait.
Insane what
For
these girls.
anybody that doesn't know wrestling, Hurricane Rana, you literally wrap your legs around somebody's fucking face in midair
and swing them and
Dave,
give them.
A
Bro,
woman wraps her legs around another woman's face
and smashes it on a ring mat.
Hey,
I'm telling you, the women right now in wrestling are doing it, dude. I'm telling you, the girls are so good. Like, I look forward to the girls' matches more than the guys' matches. Like, I'm so like.
you're also talking about primary audience of pubescent teenage men. Again,
I'm telling you.
Muffin, you already know. Anyway, let's go back. But yeah, I want to see what they bring. Is they bring that bullshit like they did before with all that the love tap out? No, I want motherfuckers like Miz. If I join the fuck up and we do that little battering ram shit, you know, that one where you're just supposed to fight it out with that jousting stick. If Miz doesn't just like decapitate the fuck out of me just because I am my size, bitch, I feel played. But yeah, let's go back.
To active duty officers who previously carried them for their fair market value as long as they completed a background check, as with any other gun sale. We supported that bill. We had bipartisan support. Then Republicans weakened it by stripping the background check requirement. But they still limited the bill to handgun sales to current law enforcement officers. We accepted that weakened compromise, but we took it. But when the bill came to the floor last Congress, then our colleagues decorated it with a menagerie of extreme provisions. And that is the wild bill which is brought to us today. Now the bill makes it so an officer could retire, commit a crime, then as a criminal become a person who may not legally own firearms under federal law, and then buy from the federal government a semi-automatic assault weapon or a sawed-off shotgun, even a grenade launcher at a substantial discount on the fair market value without passing any background check at all. And that's just a bridge way too far for us.
All right, I see what you're saying, and you got a point.
We tried to offer common sense changes.
These women are just like
improve this extravagantly dangerous bill, but our friends rejected everything we offered. We could have passed a recent bipartisan bill, as we showed in the last Congress, but they didn't want to do that. Instead, we've got this very extreme version, and we cannot support that. So I hope we could work on legislation we work
don't
on together.
understand why
we call on
that's,
all our colleagues to stand with law enforcement
feel
in
like you
word and
understand
indeed
why, but,
by restoring critical grants
I
that have been
feel
cut,
bad for being
by
kind of a
commemorating the
little bit,
bravery of our
turned on by that.
officers on January 6th, and ensuring that
I'm not gonna
our
say
federal
it's
agencies can continue
honorable,
to
but
provide critical assistance
still.
to state
Women
and local law
beating the shit
enforcement.
out of
With
each other?
that, I yield back,
Oh, no.
Madam Chair, and I thank you for your indulgence.
Thank you very much. I
He's
yield to
watching
myself
wrestling. We're listening to
ask
this.
questions, but before I do that, Mr. Neguse, we acknowledge today is your birthday when we began, so now we will acknowledge it again. So we're
Stop
glad
being
to
such a goose.
have you. Well, we're glad to
in
have
here.
you here on your birthday. Representative Knott, you worked as a federal prosecutor before coming to Congress and developed a strong relationship with our nation's law enforcement organizations. Can you tell us why law enforcement supports these pieces of legislation?
Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. These bills are very simple in terms of the motivation behind them and the steps that they take legislatively. Starting with the LEOSA Reform Act, all this does is essentially
We're going
close
way over.
needless
I
bureaucratic
just want y'all
burdens
to hear
on
this
law
shit, but we
enforcement,
scrolled out so damn
whether or
much.
not they're off duty or retired in the carrying of their service weapon. As we alluded to on both Mr. Raskin and myself, law enforcement has faced an undue and a severe increase in attacks while they're on duty, while they're off duty, and even after they leave the service. And there is nothing in this law that allows them to maintain the rights to possess firearms if they break the law, if they're convicted of a certain crime, et cetera. But whether it is simply changing their addresses, whether it's a reporting requirement under LEOSA, it simply eases the bureaucratic burdens on their rights to carry a concealed weapon and protect themselves and their communities, as they do when they are in service behind a badge. In regards to the ability of law enforcement officers to purchase the firearms that are retired from service, again, law enforcement officers, whether they're federal, state, or local, are some of the finest people in our country. And law enforcement officers at every level undergo very rigorous background checks.
Oh yeah, Harley's
They
back.
have to maintain very strict standards in how they utilize
push
firearms
the
and how
line
they
and
perform their duties with
tiptoe around
firearms
it.
and how they are able to proficiently use firearms even under duress. And this
upside
bill
down?
simply allows for the GSA to form
the
a
fluff is in
program
the house?
for qualified officers to purchase their firearms when the firearm has been retired. Again, this is something that's important to law enforcement. Many law enforcement practice years with the same firearm. They become accustomed to it, how it feels, how it shoots. They
Exactly,
become very
Davy's
familiar
point.
with it and are very proficient with it. So enabling them to take those firearms home after the service retires the gun, it's simply common sense and it's the right thing to do. In regards to hand grenades, bombs, or anything else that was alluded to by the previous statement, that is simply not true. First, those are not service weapons. The law requires or gives credence to the definition of a firearm. And again, the GSA is not going to be selling any type of outlandish weaponry under this program as the law does not allow it. So it's a common sense step to allow law enforcement officers to protect themselves once they leave the service. Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying what Mr. Raskin said about sawed-off shotguns and hand grenades, because I was going to ask you about that. So I appreciate your clarifying that. But as you know, there's been an escalation of assaults on police officers, Congressman Knott. The rate of
take it easy,
assaults on
caller.
American law
Enjoy your dinner.
enforcement reached the 10-year high in 2023, according to the FBI's report from last year. Do you believe that these campaigns against law enforcement, whether it be by defund activists or rogue prosecutors that failed to uphold a plain reading of the law, have created a climate of mistrust in some of our communities? And could that play a part in causing some of the alarming patterns we're seeing?
Absolutely. Ever since I've come to Congress, Madam Chairwoman, the only crime that I've heard about from the other side of the aisle is January 6th. And it contradicts what they have said about local law enforcement for years. I was working with federal law enforcement when the BLM riots took the country by storm, when there were billions of dollars of property damage that many on the other side of the aisle encouraged. I worked with federal law enforcement when they were targeted specifically by elected leaders. And the systematic undoing of public trust in local law enforcement had a grave effect on men and women who worked behind the badge. And there is a very real distrust in communities all over the country as it relates to law enforcement that is incredibly dangerous. It's incredibly undermining to law enforcement. And even in this current state, when we have the previous administration who encouraged lawlessness at the border, who encouraged people from all over the world to come into this country regardless of their criminal intent, now that the current administration is trying to do something about that, there is a demonizing of the ICE agents and local law enforcement who are working to protect this country. So there is a very real sense of distrust, and it's imperative that we work together to stop that.
Thank you very much. Mr. McGovern, you're recognized.
Mr. Raskin, before I ask my question, do you want to respond to any of this?
Well, I think that some of the conversation proceeded on the basis of a confusion of the two bills. It is the second bill we're discussing today, which allows the purchase of semi-automatic weapons and grenade launchers. And if not, I'd be very happy if we could either correct that by amendment right now, or if people want to enter that in the record, because right now all it says is the only thing that you can't buy as a retired officer is a machine gun. But do you take it to include also the grenade launchers and the semi-automatics?
It makes it very clear in the law this is a service weapon, and there's a program that shall be established by the GSA to assign the appropriate service weapons that can be sold.
Right. If they use grenade launchers throughout their fucking career, they should be able to use it fucking anytime they want to. If they've been certified in using a fucking grenade launcher, they should be able to have a grenade launcher. You gave them that ability. Hey, we're going to certify you in using a grenade launcher. But hey, once you retire, you're not allowed to purchase that because you're no longer allowed to do that.
Question for you, though. Why is our police force being trained how to use grenade launchers?
Have you seen The Summer of Love? Summer of Love 2.0?
If you're talking about gas rounds, I'm still fucking okay with it. But if
grenade
you're talking
launch,
about actual fucking grenades, no, we have a problem.
But it's not. There's in the grenade launcher. There's different kinds of grenades you can launch.
I understand.
Okay, but that you're being a lib, Richard.
No,
you're being a fucking lib.
No, because I'm not. Because think of it this way:
it's a grenade launcher. The grenade can have anything inside of it. It can have sparkles. It can have tinder. It can have fucking anything inside the grenade launcher. It can have a fucking golf ball in the grenade launcher.
Davey.
Yeah?
The motherfucker who was arrested for the largest fucking explosive cache in his goddamn grenade, who had nitroglycerin right next to his child's fucking food, was trained in explosives. Again.
Well, can he
what is in that grenade launcher?
Can you grenade launch some fentanyl right in my face? Because that'd be cool too.
I mean, you'd immediately die from exposure alone, even if he didn't breathe.
I know.
But I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying too.
Who was it? Polar.
You allow these once again. You train these motherfuckers to do these things, and then as soon as they're not allowed, as soon as they go like, I'm going into retirement or I'm done, you're like, yeah, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
No,
and that's part
100% agree.
That's kind of part of the PTSD is like, hey, I don't have the ability to use a grenade launcher. Like, what the fuck?
Motherfucker, I don't have PTSD. Everybody, it was like, what was it? Somebody in the Rumble chat said the Second Amendment, we should have everything the federal government has. I 100% agree with you. However, I know what I would do with the nuclear goddamn weapon.
Yeah, but you can't afford a nuclear goddamn weapon because you can't afford fucking StreamYard for a year. So shut the fuck up.
Could you imagine? No, fuck
But you can't
First
afford-
of all, that's $800
No.
goddamn dollars. Could you imagine?
Yeah,
Could you
800
fucking imagine
it's $420
if I could, what I would do with that?
It's $420 for StreamYard for the fucking maximum one. And
Bullshit.
And you think nuclear? You think what are you gonna
Bullshit.
do?
No,
you
I
gonna
got
do
a
payments?
fucking invoice for $800 goddamn dollars. Bullshit.
Well, so,
no,
okay,
fuck off.
so still,
there was
so
more
still,
people using mine than there were using yours.
So still,
Let's not forget.
you don't
fucking
think a
Pretty
nuclear?
Antisocial jumped off from our shit. All right.
So you don't? So wait a minute. Do you think you're gonna get an invoice for a nuclear weapon for what? $227?
Fuck no. But if I could pay the goddamn price, I want to be able to house it.
What do you think? You can get fucking a nuclear weapon on Fingerhut? Is that what you think? You think you can make monthly payments? Hey, I need a nuclear weapon. I'm gonna make payments.
A child built a nuclear reactor in his grandmother's fucking barn. You don't think I could build a nuclear fucking weapon if I had the capability?
I mean,
it may be a dirty bomb kind of situation. Could you imagine what I would do with it? I am okay with some regulation on 2A because I know what I would do. And it's disturbing.
Jennifer says, stop fighting, damn it. We're not fighting. We're having, it's like one of those, listen, when me and Rich go at it, it's like Thanksgiving, okay? It's like a family Thanksgiving. We're doing it on purpose.
There's a reason why I'm okay with limiting some. Should we have the capability? By all goddamn means. Or do we? Do we have the capability? By all goddamn means. Shall not be infringed. Should we? Is the fucking question. And the question, or the answer to that question is absolutely goddamn not.
Yeah.
Because I would eliminate half the fucking population while taking myself in the process if I could. I'm not going to lie.
Listen, you take half the population of your neighborhood, and that would be it.
Bitch, you think I'd stop at one?
Stupid redneck decided.
No, if I had the capability, knowing what I know now, knowing how fucked up humankind is, how goddamn retarded we are as a global fucking species, you think I'd stop at one? Come on now.
But you listen, it wouldn't leave your neighborhood.
I don't give a damn. I'd take myself out with everybody else. Along
North
with
Alabama.
The 20 other million I've planted across the world because mankind is retarded. Look, I'm giving you the justification. I would do it.
But you can't
if I had the ability. Should the random motherfucker who has a deeper pocket than me have that ability? Fuck no. I'm sorry.
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think there'd be somebody who's smarter than you who would be able to make it.
Bill Gates wants to fucking eliminate all but 10% of the fucking population. And I'm in agreement with him.
Yeah, and Bill Gates.
That would take me out of the population too.
Bill Gates can buy a nuclear bomb and he hasn't.
Because he can't. Do you understand why?
Do you think he really can't?
I'm pretty sure that motherfucker already does have some kind of handle on that.
You really
but
think
that's the
Bill
argument.
Gates really can't buy an atomic bomb?
All I'm saying is I would already level a city if you gave me the fucking opportunity. Just because too many fucking stupid people exist in society. You give everybody that opportunity?
To be honest with you, everybody has an opportunity, not gonna lie.
The drug game would be fucking bigger than it is now because everybody be building nuclear fucking weapons.
Nobody, to be honest with you. Go ahead, go pee.
I'm just gonna let this play while I go pee though. But to be honest with you, what?
People have the ability to do it now. You don't think fucking rednecks in the middle of the... You don't think rednecks...
No,
listen, you don't think rednecks in the middle of the woods have already made things that are illegal?
Bitch, do you understand the Prohibition era?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we?
So
Can
I'm just
we?
saying.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Should
People
we?
have the ability to do it
Fuck
now
no.
with.
All right? Should we have the ability to do that? No. You be looking like hills have eyes out here. This is 24-7 across the goddamn planet if we had the capability to do that. That is my argument. No. I'm sorry. Let me pee.
On the recovery, the purchase of machine guns. That is excluded by your legislation, but
Correct.
not excluded is semi-automatic weapons. But I understood the chair to be saying that she thought that it was excluded.
I did, and I believe Mr. Knott has said service weapon.
Yes. Correct.
Yes, but machine gun is not a service weapon, but it's one that would be within the arsenal of the police, which is why they textually excluded it. So if you think that we should exclude the semi-automatic weapons, I agree with you entirely, and I think we should add that by amendment now, and the grenade launchers as well, at the very least.
Let's Mr. Knott clarify.
But a semi-automatic weapon is, that's entirely too broad. Law enforcement carries semi-automatic weapons from the state, local, and federal level across every jurisdiction, whether it's a handgun or a semi-automatic rifle. That's the only type of firearm that they carry. So if we did that, if we adopt that amendment as broadly as Mr. Raskin states, it would essentially render the bill moot.
Mr. McGovern, it's your time.
Okay, I forgot.
Yes, that's the history of NASCAR.
Okay. Mr. Raskin, last month, President Trump's Department of Justice suddenly cut hundreds of millions of dollars in grant funding that supports law enforcement,
We
crime
had to juice
prevention,
up
and
the
public
cars
safety
faster than the
programs from
police
across
force.
the country. What is better for protecting people? What is better in terms of honoring our officers? Reversing that, or passing the bills that
I
we're
think we
dealing
just
with
might
here
as well
today?
stay on YouTube and
I
just
mean,
cover this
there's
part.
no contest there. We're talking
Call
about
it a
hundreds
day
of
after
millions
that.
of
We'll take the
dollars
South African
that
thing.
go into
You gonna be with us,
local
Mark,
law
when you do that
enforcement
tomorrow?
assistance to
No.
victims of rape, sexual assault.
No, we're gonna play games tomorrow.
Yeah,
You're gonna join
yeah.
us tomorrow on Business Party, and we're gonna play Helldivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. Okay, Business Party and Off Label on Wednesdays are going to start teaming up here a little bit. We're going to give you a little preview.
Well, here's the thing. Business got to move. So tomorrow will be our last Business Party podcast for a little while.
Right.
So we'll be doing Off Label. You know, I'll be joining Rich a couple days a week to do the Off Label. But yeah, tomorrow will be the last Business Party podcast for a while because Biz has to move, just like RP Games. Biz found out that he had to, that they were doing something to his apartment, so he has to move. So yeah, Business Party podcast will be on suspension for a little while. So yeah, tomorrow will be the last Business Party podcast for a while. So if you want to join us, we're gonna just play video games and just talk shit.
Well,
and
me and Biz had an idea. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a midweek refresher. We'll brainstorm the name, brainstorm the idea. Whatever's going on, it doesn't fucking matter. Midweek on Wednesdays, we will take a break. We may talk about one situation. We'll bring up some jokes. We'll play some memes. We'll have some good times. Off Label will cut to Rumble, and we'll play some games, and we'll take Business Party up there with us as well.
Do you want to talk about May 22nd yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Damn it.
Not fucking yet.
Oh, listen, I'm telling you guys, May 22nd. Tell your friends, tell your family, May 22nd is going to be a banger of a show.
We got some more coming up too, ladies and gentlemen. Some shit is fishing out behind the scenes, but we're gonna leave that on the back burner.
I'm so excited. You know me. I want to be like, just.
I get you.
I know.
I get you, but
I'm
leave
so
it on the back
I'm
burner.
excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't say how excited I am, but I'm really fucking excited for that show because
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
he's from my area and he has the same mindset as we do.
It's gonna be fun. But let's continue.
And when we raised this at the Judiciary Committee, not only could we not find a single member who would speak for these terrible cuts made apparently by one employee of Doge, we couldn't even find anybody who knew anything about it. And yet our colleagues, although they wouldn't speak up in defense of those cuts, they all
mute his ass
voted
quicker than
against
shit.
our amendment to restore the money. So that is a very serious problem. I mean, this stuff we're talking about is
We're working on the back end for
minuscule
y'all.
in terms of its effect. It moves us
gonna
basically
see some,
in the wrong direction, but it,
And we've kind of done
You're
this
gonna see
before,
some
I
big
think. I mean,
faces coming
several
around here
bills in
soon.
the past.
yeah, there seems to be a performative dimension to the whole thing.
And if they are willing,
But I would simply
maybe
say
some members only
the,
with them.
the first bill that we talked about is a major incursion on the prerogatives of state governments. If a state government wants to have a gun-free school zone, if it wants to say
That's what I'm
no
talking about,
guns
Carol.
on public buses or trains or subways, why shouldn't they be able to do that without being overridden by this legislation? And, you know, as to the other one, again, we
I'll be right back.
pretty
I'm gonna
much
just
had a
make sure the baby's
compromise for
okay.
that
Okay.
last year and the year before, but it's been riddled with all these riders. So it gets to the point where now it would say that an officer could retire, commit a crime, and then as a criminal become a person who is not legally eligible to, and as Mr. Not Defended, that at a substantial discount without any background check at all.
My bad. I was on the
And
wrong one.
That's not searching for any kind of common ground, as small as this issue is. I mean, I'd much prefer if we were working on what 90% of the American people support, which is a universal violent criminal background check on all gun sales. And this is something that moves us measurably in the wrong direction here.
Mr. Nadi, are you at all bothered by the fact that a bronze plaque honoring the officers who defended this Capitol on January 6th is that Congress authorized is not being displayed? Does that bother you at all?
Mr. McGovern, I wasn't here on January 6th. I am here to talk about these three bills.
Well,
And this is obviously the Speaker's prerogative. He's making his decisions accordingly.
Well, this is Police Week,
It is.
all right, and we're supposed to honor our police. Do you believe the Capitol
Were you honoring the police when you were arguing in every goddamn committee that they needed to be defunded? I'm sorry, Dick Suck. I don't care that your daughter died. You are literally arguing for the bills that tell me how to live my fucking life. So fair game, you cocksucking bastard. Were you or were you not arguing that every single one of these fucking people that you need to be held up in some kind of form or fashion needed to be defunded? Or are you arguing that everybody else needs to be defunded except for the Capitol Police, who need to be heralded as fucking gods among men? Which one is it, Dick Suck?
police should be honored at all?
I do believe that the Capitol Police are wonderful folks. What I
But you don't
completely
believe they should be
disagree
honored?
with is the undermining of local police all over this country.
So
The only
you
police
don't believe they should be honored?
that the Democratic Party seems to be focused on
I'm just
honoring
asking a
are
question
DC
about-
police.
We passed the bill in Congress that, among other things, authorized the creation of a plaque honoring the men and women who defended this Capitol on January 6th.
The motherfucker's there to talk about the police force all over the place, and you're talking about how you wanted a fucking plaque to honor the sons of bitches who literally, unknowingly played a part in your goddamn reverse-ass insurrection to make Orange Man look bad. Go fuck yourself.
Who protected the lives of members and staff that day. We did that, and it is done. And yet, we can't get an answer as to why it
That's
is.
the Speaker's
that
prerogative, sir. That's the
Well,
Speaker's prerogative.
it's the law. It's the law. And my question to you is, as a member,
It's the
member
law.
of Congress, and as a Republican member of Congress, can you please ask the Speaker why the hell hasn't he hung that plaque up to honor the men and women who defended this campus on that day? I mean,
Wait,
I find it
is
offensive.
this whole meeting about a plaque?
No. No.
No, this meeting's not about a fucking plaque.
No. This meeting is
So then why
about
are we talking
police.
about a fucking plaque?
Because they saved his fucking life, Davey. They saved his life, not yours, not anybody else's. They saved his life, so they need to be held up as gods among fucking men because they saved his life, not yours.
Every chance I get, I thank the men and women who protect this building. And I was the last person off the House floor. I saw them coming through into the Speaker's gallery, smashing
The
windows.
motherfucker knows more than
banging,
he leads on.
Hitting the police who were there to defend all of us.
As much as I've heard McGovern talk about January 6th, the motherfucker knows too much.
Again, it's police week, and yet the Trump administration is proposing cutting, hundreds of millions of dollars and police funding, which is one thing. But I mean,
It's a spray
can we
tan,
all agree
Tony.
that
It's a spray
we should
tan.
do what
That's
Congress,
why he's orange.
voted to do?
He's ghost fucking
Raskin?
white without it.
But one significant correction I would make to what my friend from the Judiciary Committee said is this: it wasn't just DC local police. There were at least 50 officers from my county, Montgomery County,
They don't care.
who came
They
down
don't
and
know.
joined the front lines of that struggle. There were police from Prince.
They don't. Well, these people who fucking know. Because goddamn, they worked in a fucking city that was under siege for a goddamn month. May 29th, 2020, they attacked the fucking White House, sent the president into a goddamn bunker and made fun of him for it while they said he gassed peaceful protesters to take a fucking photo op of a Bible upside down in front of a burnt goddamn church.
Georges County, and there were lots
Davies
of police
going
who
looking.
came from the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Absolutely.
And there were police officers who came just because they heard what was going on the radio or on TV.
I think we're just gonna-
and they came down.
We're gonna
like
scrap the
Officer
rest
Michael
of this
Fanone, who had a heart
and
attack
just leave this.
and
This
begged
is a
for his
committee
life,
hearing,
saying,
so
"I
it's
have
gonna be
4
on
daughters,"
YouTube all the way.
And thought that he was basically breathing his last breaths on that day. So the bravery and the valor are not just with the Capitol Police and not just
no,
with the
he's
DC
looking for
Police,
something else.
as brave and as valiant as they were on that day. But I think your point seems elementary to me, Mr. McGovern. You could think that's the greatest bill in the world to set up the plaque. You could think it's the dumbest thing in the world. You could love what the officers did, or you could think that it's been exaggerated and blown up for political reasons, as some of our colleagues seem to think. Whatever you think of it, it is the law. That was supposed to have been put up a year ago. You want to repeal the law, repeal the law. Otherwise, put up the plaque and let's honor the officers.
And thank you for
Put up the plaque and let's honor the officers that saved my life while I was screaming, defund the fucking police, because thousands of black people are dying in the streets every fucking year to cops. What?
correcting the record, because all of those officers, all of those police officers are honored in this plaque. They're all recognized in this plaque. I know this is an easy question, in my opinion. This should be a reflect. Yes, we should hang it up. Yes, it should be put up, immediately. And yet it's like you can't get a straight answer from anybody on that. And again, we're going to keep on raising it. Again, it is the law, and I want to know why the hell the Speaker of the House won't put it on display. I think that is a sign of disrespect.
Because maybe the
men and women
fucking
in law
federal
enforcement.
government was involved.
And it's something that could be easily remedied.
I mean,
And
over multiple cases, over 200,000, or I'm sorry,
What is
over 200 when it first fucking broke during multiple fucking cases. The Proud Boys being the biggest fucking one of them. Over 200 fucking people were found to be informants or agents instigating the goddamn crowd.
Got it.
Let's go to his screen. Go ahead. Let me unmute. Go ahead.
Oh, that tree's gonna light up.
Oh, that was DC.
Yo, that tree's gonna light up.
Yeah, that's DC.
This is
was
what
peaceful?
they did May 29th, 2020.
That
But they
was
don't talk
peaceful?
about this. This is a peaceful protest they were talking about. And Donald Trump just wanted to hold up a Bible.
For a goddamn month, they were raging around. May 29th was not the end all be all of it. But let's not talk about that, right? I'm sorry. Let's go back to my screen because I know how you do your scrolling. But I'm sorry. If May 29th was if January 6th was an insurrection, May 29th was treason. You literally levied war against this country because the fucking media told you that the president was racist. You tried to burn down the fucking White House because the media told you the president was racist. Meanwhile, during that whole administration, the motherfucker funded historical black universities and colleges for 10 goddamn years so they wouldn't have to come begging. And they're shoving Cat 6A fucking cables on your point of sale registers when you check out at a concession stand. Fuck you.
Why is this such a big deal? I have my theories, which I won't get into, but it would be nice if we could say during Police Week that we are honoring the police officers who protected this Capitol, the members and the staff, and everybody who was here that day. Yeah,
I think it would be the appropriate thing to do. It is what democratic governments do to honor the people who have fought to defend them, whether it's abroad or at home, against enemies, foreign or domestic. And not to do it would suggest that we're moving into some kind of...
I'm sorry. Terrorism is defined as using violence and... Wait. When you're talking about domestic terrorism, I'm going to have to... Let's go to Davy's screen first.
Go back to my screen. It says protest outside White House, tense but peaceful.
Go ahead.
Alicia, a crowd of several hundred people here outside the White House. This crowd was originally held off by barricades on 17th Street over here in Pennsylvania Avenue. They pushed through that barricade about 10 or 15 minutes ago, coming all the way in here across from the Eisenhower Executive Office building, really right up into the faces of Secret Service officers, uniformed Secret Service officers, MPD, Park Police, a sort of coalition of folks who protect D.C. in situations like this. The mood is tense, but this is still peaceful. You know, you're here, the same slogans that you hear in a lot of these protests that we've seen over the years. Black Lives Matter.
Now, this was before anything popped off, though.
By I can't breathe, the last words of George Floyd. His name you can hear now being chanted by the protesters out here. This was a protest that was loosely or a bit of a tense moment. You can tell, Alicia. How do you keep this energy going? We see this happen after police.
How do you keep this? Hold up.
For police officers, there's a gentleman standing.
Did this motherfucker literally just ask, how do you keep this energy going? Oh, you keep riling up. You keep stirring the fucking pot. You keep them embers fucking smoldering until they become buildings on fire in D.C. That is your goddamn mainstream media. MSNBC.
In terms of a peaceful protest so far, Alicia? But so far,
right.
Again, communicating it with the voice is sort of exactly what you would want to see in terms of a peaceful protest so far. Alicia?
So far.
Do you get any?
And then they tried to burn the White House down.
Ladies and gentlemen, members only have seen this a few times. I'm going to roll it because I do have to take a piss. Y'all are going to love this. For anybody who hasn't seen it, we're taking video only. I'm going to take a piss. Be right back. Enjoy.
oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that like a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be like crazy to say that somebody can't be. But baby, y'all got the white supremacists galore, okay? Like all of them. You got the Proud Boys, you got the neo-Nazis. You have people that literally should be classified as domestic terrorists, because a lot of times that is what they are doing. They're engaging in domestic terrorism.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
Flames here over at Andrew Young and Peachtree.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next,
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy.
Shoot that motherfucker! Shoot that motherfucker! Shoot that ass! Shoot that ass! Shoot that motherfucker!
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way. What I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me.
That was live video. That was my response. Fuck you. It's called The Right Is So Violent. Go look on the channel, get it. We only got 63 fucking views. Granted, it is age restricted. And I will say this.
It's only for members, though.
Well, there is one for members only. There is one for everybody else. This is the one for everybody else. It is age restricted. I will say this. YouTube. I agree. But that mirror needed to be held the fuck up to your own goddamn face. And you're pissy about it.
Yep.
However, me speaking against Kanye's new goddamn song somehow goes age restricted? We got problems, bitch. I appealed that one. The only thing that I appealed from this fucking channel. I appealed that because I spoke out against it. And you motherfuckers said, yeah, because you said Heil Hitler on your fucking video, it's age restricted. So me speaking out against the rise of the fucking Nazi party through a black man who's goddamn insane as fuck literally said he was sucking his cousin's dick for all of his fucking childhood. You're going to sit there and tell me speaking out against that dude who literally says Heil Hitler is now age restricted because this motherfucker said Heil Hitler.
Can I tell you? The fact that that song has made it to Indian music?
You know what? Fuck it.
I know.
Fuck it. I was gonna keep it. We gotta fucking do it. We gotta do it. We'll finish this up on the Rumble goddamn section, ladies and gentlemen, because this is too goddamn retarded to exist.
Let's cut to Rumble for like the next half hour.
Yeah. This is too
minutes.
fucking. We'll finish this up.
We can play the things we want to play.
I'm gonna show you fucking guys exactly what the fuck they said. Terms of the terms of service, I get you. You just had bar none saying shoot a fucking pedophile, but me telling you a black man screaming Heil fucking Hitler is not the way we need to go, is somehow age restricted. You got the fucking link. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm sorry. We've got
minutes.
to.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back.